All right. Good afternoon, chat. Hope we're doing well today. Welcome to the stream. Welcome indeed. Who have we got? We've got Darren. Welcome to the chat, brother. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. And of course, Shuts in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you indeed. I'm doing well, very well, thank you, Chris. Yeah, I hope you are too. Welcome indeed. All right then, chat. So today, we are going to be back in the PMDG 737-800. We're going to be flying in Australia for the first time in a very long time. I think on the stream we've actually only done maybe one or two flights in Australia at all. And I don't think we've ever done any airliner flying in Australia on the stream. So this is going to be a first. Thank you very much to everyone who voted in the poll as well, by the way. I was actually a little bit surprised that you guys went for this over the other choices, because this is probably, I suppose it's probably the least exciting out of all of them. All of the other ones I put on there were quite sort of spicy approaches, whereas this one is it's pretty straightforward really in terms of how it's done. But we're going to try and make it a little bit interesting, of course. So the arrival into Hobart, I think they do have an ILS on one of the runways, and then they've got a couple of RNAV approaches, but I think we're going to go for a VOR approach, and that'll be the first time doing a VOR approach in the 737 actually. So it should be quite interesting. I think we do have quite a bit of rain over the sort of east side of Australia at the moment as well, so that should make for a little bit more interest as well. So yeah, it should be good fun. But before we get any further, of course, we've just got to do a few shout outs to our channel members. So yeah, big shout out to all the channel members, and thank you very much for your continued support. So we've got the commentator, we've got Marina Halley, of course, Andy Ivy, Alison Knott, George Lumpkin, Lawrence DK, and Shuts. Thank you very much for all of your support, and especially Shuts, who has just renewed for 5 months on his Platinum membership. So big shout out to you and Chris, and to Darren, George, and Mariner for all renewing again for 4 months. Darren and Mariner on the Gold membership, and George on the Silver. So thank you very much, guys, for your continued support. I do really appreciate it. All right, let's have a look then. So we have got a bit of dramatic weather here. I've just put it in for the intro here. This is not actually live weather at the moment. We will switch that over in a moment, but yeah, so just a few little mini updates, I suppose, on what I've been doing with the sim setup, I suppose, since the last stream. So you guys know I use the VKB Gladiator Next joystick for all of my flight simming, and yeah, so what I've actually done on that one recently is, because you guys probably noticed on a lot of my landings I tend to not flare enough out of fear of floating the aircraft. So what I've actually done is, rather than messing with my sensitivity settings, I've actually changed the springs within the gimbal on the joystick. So I've actually put the lightest springs in there. I had the heaviest springs on before. There's sort of 3 strengths that it comes with. So I've put the lightest springs in there. So we'll see if that actually makes much of a difference here for my landings. We'll see how we get on. And on top of that, you guys might actually notice right about now that the sim is looking a little bit different. I've been tweaking with the colors and a few of the contrast settings, using the NVIDIA sort of game filter that you can get. I think I might have slightly overdone it actually on the brightness of the highlights, on the what have I overdone there? It's obviously looking a bit too bright in the whiter areas, so might need to reduce that down a little bit, like that, something like that maybe. But essentially what I've done is I have more or less just decreased the contrast in the sim by a fair amount. I've reduced the saturation and reduced the sort of, you tend to get a little bit more of an orange tint in Microsoft Flight Sim versus you know, a cooler sort of tint. So I've actually cooled it off a little bit as well, and added a bit of a bit of what's called clarity as well, which is basically mid-tone contrast. So yeah, basically reduced the contrast at the extremities, so brought down the highlights, brought up the shadows, and then increased the contrast in the middle whilst reducing the colour as well. I think it's looking quite nice, to be honest. Probably still needs some work, but nevertheless, I do think it looks quite nice, actually. A little bit more realistic than the default settings. Now, I'm probably going to do a little bit more tweaking on this, but I'm happy to obviously release my settings to you guys so you guys can give it a try for yourself. It's basically just using the NVIDIA overlay and then basically just putting in a few settings on a few sliders on the game filter. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So today, like I said, we're going to be flying from Sydney to Hobart. I don't know if I actually said that already, but it is in the description of the video. And yeah, so I've gone ahead and we've got the FlyTampa Sydney scenery, which is just absolutely fantastic. So I think we're just going to have a quick browse around that initially, as we normally do on a new scenery. And yeah, we'll have a quick look around that. Let me just make sure my sim is actually turned up. Oh yeah, I can hear a bit of wind there. So so yeah, let's just have a quick look. I mean, you guys know I'm a big fan of FlyTampa sceneries. I've praised their Copenhagen for as long as I can remember. But FlyTampa do really good ground textures, and you guys know I love the a good ground texture. You guys will have to let me know if the stream is just being choppy as well. It looks like it's a bit choppy on my OBS preview. But I don't know if that's just the preview window or if it's actually coming through to you guys as a bit choppy. Because I have also, what I've done is I've turned the NVIDIA control panel to fast VSync. I'm not sure if that's messing with things. It is choppy. Right, okay. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll probably have to just deal with that now because, yeah, yeah, I'll deal with that now. I'll have to restart the sim because I need to change that in the NVIDIA control panel. So let's do that before we get too far into it, and I'll catch up with these questions here. So if you want to see what I did here, you can go into your program settings here on the NVIDIA control panel, and yeah, basically I put on this fast VSync as opposed to using the in-sim VSync. And obviously it seems to be causing some issues with the stream, so I'll just go back to using the in-sim VSync. That's not an issue. Oh baby, that's a problem, isn't it? Let's just quit real quick. Yeah, I'll basically just turn that off. I honestly didn't know that it would have that effect on the stream, to be honest with you. So yeah, we'll just turn that off, or we'll put it on use the 3D application setting, and we'll relaunch the sim. So no issues. Well, whilst that's happening, then let's just see what's going on in the chat. All right, Chris has had a nightmare week at work. Can't wait for the weekend. Yeah, well, happy Friday to you, sir. Hope things are okay at work. Sounds like you've had a bit of a hectic week, but yeah, I hope next week is a little bit better, and you can just chill out over the weekend and do some flight simming on whatever you want to do. Hopefully, yeah, now it's the weekend and you can switch off. But yeah, sorry to hear that, dude. Chris says I'll have to do the visual into Samos at some point. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, we have done that on the stream once before, way back in the fly-by-wire quite a long time ago, actually. But yeah, definitely up for doing that again. It's really cool approach and quite challenging as well. Martin says, nice, I see what you did there with the title. Yes, indeed. I mean, obviously a lot of people are streaming X-Plane 12 at the moment with it being a new sim. I've actually downloaded and messed with the preview of X-Plane 12, and it is quite good, but to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit glad that you guys didn't vote that to the top on the poll, because yeah, I mean, I'm not sure whether I'm ready to buy it yet, to be quite honest with you. The main reasons I used X-Plane in the past was to use it with the Inibuilds A300, the Beluga, and the Tolis A319. They're the main reasons I used X-Plane, to be honest with you, mainly because of those planes. I know X-Plane, obviously, everybody says it has a better flight model and XYZ, blah-de-blah. But, I mean, without getting into it in too much detail, yeah, it does feel quite nice, but at the end of the day, it's still a desktop sim. It's quite a subjective thing, isn't it, really? And obviously, Microsoft Flight Simulator now with the PMDG and the Fenix, it is very good, I think, personally. I'm not a real pilot, but, you know, I think the difference between the two, just based on that one factor alone, is too small to really make X-Plane 12 that tempting for me at the moment, because like I say, none of the planes that I used in that sim really work properly in that just yet anyway. Maybe when they get updated, we'll have another look at it. I think Tolis are going to do a nice big update for the 319, so I think I'll probably look at that once it does release. But for now, I think I'm just going to pause on it. The A330, I had a quick play in that as well. It's not that great. It's a default aircraft, so you've got to kind of expect that level of simulation, I suppose. So yeah, it's not super good. But X-Plane 12, it does look nice, but it is. Yeah, it does feel a lot like X-Plane 11, to be honest. So yeah, the lighting engine looks quite a bit better, but it does feel like X-Plane 11. So that's all I'm going to say on it. Let's see. I'll probably say where I'm flying 5 times when I first start, despite the video title and overlays. Yeah, I know how you feel, mate. I constantly repeating myself, I feel like. Right, let's get back into the sim then. Hopefully it shouldn't be choppy anymore on the stream. We'll see how it looks once it's loaded up. Is the sim frame rate down? No, the sim frame, it was nice and smooth on my monitor. It's just, like I say, it was because I think I was using the NVIDIA fast VSync. Any other performance hit using NVIDIA for the colours? To be honest, I don't know. I wouldn't say so. I haven't really noticed any difference, but to be honest, I've only really been messing around with it for today, so couldn't really comment too greatly on that one. Right, so we're on live weather now. We might as well stick to that. I'm just going to make it a bit earlier in the day because we don't want to be flying at night now, do we? We'll make it just before sunrise. And let me just get this jetway attached as well before we get things rolling. Right. Let's see. Okay, is it smoother now? Yeah, it looks much smoother, doesn't it, chat? Lovely. Making sure my sim is OBS is ready for streaming Monday and Tuesday. Very good. Very good, Martin. Yeah. Sim Update 10 is supposed to be released next week as well, as from what I hear. Martin says, I like to explain, but that's because it was the best to get in 2018. Yeah, I mean, I've not been simming that long, but yeah, I've heard a few other people say a similar sort of thing, to be honest. Let's make it daytime, actually, because we're going to have a very quick look around the airport here. It wouldn't be so cruel as to make you fly the X-Plane, the A330 and X-Plane 12 in its current state. Yeah, it's a little bit dodgy, isn't it? But it's, yeah, I mean, to be honest, there is quite a lot on it that I'm impressed with, I have to say. It is quite, it is fairly decent, but it just, some of the key sort of Airbus things is missing, basically, with regards to the right enunciators and the way the FCU works is a little bit off. Robotech Ideas, good afternoon. Welcome to the chat. Where are you from? I am from the north of England. I'm sure they'll make it great. Yes, I agree, Schutz. Yeah, I'm wondering if someone like Zebo is going to come along and do the same to the A330. That'd be interesting to see, won't it? Oh, and just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like with regards to the NVIDIA tweaks that I did here. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, so this is with the NVIDIA tweaks on, and this is with it off. So you can see the difference. It's quite subtle, but it is quite a nice difference nevertheless. So that's off, and that's on. Might have slightly overdone it with the desaturation, but I don't think so too much. I quite like it. I quite like it. Once your eyes adjust, it looks a bit better. These cones are looking a bit desaturated though, to be honest. So maybe I have slightly overdone it. Maybe I might just give it a little bump. Split the difference. Then again, people will ask me where we're flying. Yeah, I agree. I get it all the time. Pretty much invested in Microsoft Flight Simulator at this point. I might get a few airports now. Yeah, I agree. I'm the same. I've spent a fair amount on Microsoft Flight Sim add-ons, so I'm pretty committed to it, to be quite honest. But I could say the same about X-Plane, to be honest. Definitely more so Microsoft Flight Sim, though. When I bought it at first, it was horrible quality. What do you mean, Sako? Are you talking about... Sako, sorry. Are you talking about X-Plane 12? Trying to figure out how to use GSX with cargo planes like the 737 or the A330. I've not used GSX with any cargo planes yet, to be honest. I'm not sure if there's actually a built-in profile for the 747 or the A330 just yet. But anyway, let's just have a quick browse around this airport because I mean I only downloaded this today, so I just wanted to have a quick look around and just see some of the details. I mean, obviously, like I said earlier on, FlyTampa have absolutely killed it with the ground textures as they normally do. As you can see, these hangars are really cool. Obviously, Qantas based at Sydney here. Very nicely done. I mean, the textures are fairly decent, but they are a little bit low res, actually. I mean, they could have done maybe a little bit more here, but I still think the effect is very, very nice. I like the colouring on them, and I like the way they don't look super clean. So I can deal with the fact that it's just a flat texture there rather than being... I mean, this is not a flat texture, is it? But yeah, I can deal with that. That looks pretty good. Let's have a look over here. As you can see, ground texture is very, very nice indeed. Absolutely love it. Yeah, really, really big fan of the ground textures. I mean, if a scenery can nail the ground textures, that is a lot of the points there for me, if you have to ask me. Let's see, what else? We've actually got looks like some kind of Qantas Coachshire office here. Oh, it's a hotel. Very good. Very good. And it looks like they've modelled this stuff in as well. This is like a railway line. Have they done the train though? That is the question. There's a lot of stuff modelled out here actually, isn't there? And McDougall's. KFC. The Kifka. As you can see, it is still winter time here in Australia. So we've got the winter trees. Courtesy of Bijan Habashi's Addon. Very good ground textures here. I'm not going to spend forever doing this chat because I'm aware that I did put the ETA for the flight in about half an hour. So we'll just have a quick whiz around. When I bought it at first, it was horrible quality. The PMDG 738. The aircraft looked like it was bought from Wish. I mean, I personally, when I first got it, it was great quality. I don't know if there was something up there with your settings or whatnot, because they haven't really changed that much in terms of the actual texturing and modelling on the aircraft. Yeah, so the terminal's looking very good. Nice custom jetways, and the modelling is great. I think the thing is with FlyTampa is they don't go too crazy on the you know, like they don't put like crazy interiors or in anything, but it's just the way they texture and model stuff that just looks very, very satisfyingly realistic to me. Yeah, let's just have a quick look over here. There's an A380 over here. Lovely. Who doesn't like an A380, honestly? It's got its flaps down as well. Interesting. Wonder if it was parked here a while ago with some hot weather. Yeah, plenty of buildings modelled outside of the actual airfield as well. It even looks like there's some sort of coal or cement factory or something over here as well. And some shipping containers. And an IKEA. An IKEA. Who wants to buy a Billy bookcase? Right. We'll wrap this up. There's obviously another terminal over here as well, but let's just have a look at the runway textures and then we'll get underway. Runway textures absolutely stellar as ever. Look at that. Yes. Nice bit of shine off the rubber marks as well. And another A380. It's a very cool location is Sydney Airport, I do have to say. Quite a vast airport as well. And then you've got the control tower and some more modelled bits around the road. Very nice. Animated sort of radar type jobby on the top there. I have no idea what the actual name for this guy is. And some lighting on top as well. Very nice. Very nice. Lovely. Right then, chat. I've messed up the jetway now. Let's just see if we can fix the jetway. Then obviously you've got Sydney over there, but I don't think this add-on actually adds anything to the city. But obviously Australia has had a world update, so there is some stuff there from that. Nice little view, aerial view of the airport as well. Very nice. Right. Have we fixed the jetway? That is the question, chat. Right. Let's get the weather sorted. So we're on live weather. Let's bring the time backwards to just before sort of sunrise. Sunrise is about 6. So we'll go for about 5:30 there on the time. Obviously, it is about 2 a.m. in Australia right now, and we don't want to do the whole flight in darkness, so we'll do it like this. Right. Have we fixed the jetway? Yes, we have. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's invoke a bit of GSX. And then we should have the VDGS as well. Lovely. It should have the departure information on there as well, because we've got it linked on SimBrief. I don't know if this VDGS type actually shows the departure information or not. Anyways, let's just get the aircraft fired up. We are on ground power at the moment, so let's just get the battery on. We'll get external power on. And we'll start the alignment of the IRS for now. Right, cool. So as you guys know, before we go any further, let's just have a look at the OFP before we go any further. There's a very mature pilot been in this aircraft before me, setting the course to 69, of course. Right. Okie dokes. Right. So we'll jump over to SimToolkitPro on the fuzz pad. I'm just going to connect to the sim. Right, so obviously this is a new update of SimToolkitPro. Quite liking this new layout actually. So we're gonna go with that for today. Let's see, can you get the charts on here as well? OFP. I don't usually use this layout, chat, if you remember. I usually use this I usually use this one, don't I? But they've updated it. They've tweaked it. Now, I don't know if it actually shows you the weather charts on this one. Pop out OFP. No, it doesn't. Huh, interesting. Fair enough. I guess we'll go back to using the this one then. That's strange. Surely it does. My plan. No, maybe not. I do like this layout though. I would like to use this, but I want the weather charts as well. As you can see, plenty of rain sweeping through our route today. Nevertheless, let's carry on with the briefing. I do prefer the X-Plane replay system. Yeah, it is a lot better, isn't it? I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator replay system's almost non-existent at this moment in time, but nevertheless, in time I'm sure they'll get something a bit better. FSX had a pretty good one from what I've heard. Darren, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I had an issue with the A32NX, no way to open the rear cargo door. So it just pushes the cargo through the closed door. Right. I'm not sure. I've not used GSX with the A32NX just yet. But what you could do is, I mean, as a workaround, you could just open your GSX settings. I'm too late for my scheduled departure. Really? Oh, is it because the sim time doesn't match up? Oh, well, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? Dear, oh dear. I'll tell you what we'll do then is, for now, we'll just set real time. And then we'll reload sim brief. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Yeah, so we'll do that for now, just to get things rolling. But what you could do with the A32NX is you could actually go to Customize Airplane, and then bring up this menu here, and then just go onto your Cargo 2 door, and then just turn it off. Just press no door at this position instead, and that might and that'll stop the ground services from loading cargo in the back there, because I'm not sure if you can even open that door on the A32NX as of yet. Which do I prefer, Airbus or Boeing? I prefer Airbus, to be honest, if I had to choose. Which reminds me, I just need to change my controls here as well. Let's just change the sensitivity a bit. Generally go with this sort of sensitivity for the PMDG. Come on. There we go. Right. Cool. Right. Okie dokes. So, let's go for a briefing of the OFP then. What airport is that? It's FlyTampa, Sydney. Right, so the OFP, let's have a look. Today we are Virgin Australia 1528, date of 9th of September, going from Sydney Kingsford Smith Airport to Hobart International. We're a type Boeing 738 and the registration Victor Hotel Yankee India Victor. And Callsign is going to be Velocity 1528. We are on VATSIM, but I'm doubting we're going to see any controllers online, but we are on VATSIM nevertheless for the flight. Time of departure, expecting to get off blocks at 16:30, which is clearly not going to happen at this stage. But nevertheless, that's what we were aiming for. We are going to be a bit late. Cost index is 25. Now that's I think Virgin are using somewhere between 12 and 25 for their cost index. I couldn't find a definitive answer, but nevertheless, what we'll probably do is, because we are running a bit late, we'll bump the cost index up to probably about 60. Right, so ground distance about 600 miles, and then the takeoff weight we're expecting 64.8 tons. Alternate, not sure where that is, but Yankee Mike Alpha Victor. We're going to be cruising at flight level 300 and then stepping down to 200 after Motra. 8,552 kilograms is what we require for the flight on the block fuel. We're expecting 3-4 left here at Sydney on the Wall 2 departure. And then into Hobart, we're expecting runway 30. 152 passengers on board, so pretty heavy load, and 1.9 tons of cargo. Going a bit further down, let's have a quick look at the weather. We do have a Sigma in place for severe ice forecast. Let's see, this is between the 1302 and 1702, so that does affect us. So we'll have to look out for that one. We'll have a look at the significant weather charts to sort of verify the position of that a little bit better. Right, and severe turbulence forecast as well. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on that. So we've got some inclement weather in the area. However, the weather at the airport is looking pretty good. Now this METAR is a little bit out of date, so we can just grab another METAR here. So we've got winds 330 at Niner. So runway 34 left is going to be fine for us. Cav OK, 15 degrees, temperature, QNH 1009. Yeah, so looking pretty good there. No, nothing too crazy to write home about. And then at Hobart, again, weather is looking a little bit worse, but nothing too bad. We've got light showers of rain, very, very light winds, and we do have some clouds, but quite a high cloud base nevertheless. 14 degrees, however, and 13 degrees dew point, so potential for some fog with those two figures being quite close together there. So obviously that's something to bear in mind for the approach. Yeah, we'll have to assess that on the way down, but potentially we might have to go for an approach with lower minimums. We might have to, if we can't manage going in on the VOR approach, we might have to go for something with lower minimums on a second approach. We've got an alternate of Avalon, and weather over there looks pretty okay. Fairly low cloud base, but also the dew point and temperature looking very close together again. So potential for fog there as well. Not the best alternate, I wouldn't say, sim brief, but nevertheless, let's carry on. Looking at the charts, this is our routing for today. So straight down the east coast and across the ocean there. I'm not sure if this ocean has a specific name. And then over to Tasmania down to Hobart. And then you can see we've got some areas of inclement weather here. Let's have a look on SimBrief. So we'll bring up the flight plan, and we'll just use this here because you can zoom out and it's a bit easier. Yeah, so we've got some... We are actually right in an area here of moderate turbulence. So we've got moderate turbulence here between below flight level 100, below flight level 100 and up to flight level 390. So this whole area here, this dashed line, is potential for clear air turbulence. So we'll have to look out for that on the departure. Well, for the whole flight actually. And then we've got this area of isolated embedded CBs between 330 and below flight level 100 as well, so obviously bear that in mind as well. But it shouldn't be too much of an issue. If we bring up the wind barbs, we've got westerly wind mainly, but we are kind of right on the fringe here of the sort of the change in wind direction. So we've got a northerly wind to the east of our track and a westerly wind to the west of our track. All right, I think that's probably about it here, and we've got our profile here obviously as well. Right. Now, we've got this dash blue line. I thought this was the tropopause, but I didn't see anything on these charts here about a tropopause low or anything like that. Maybe I'm wrong about that being the tropopause. Let's have a quick look on here, actually. So if you see the top of climb here, tropopause 254, yeah, so it is a tropopause, actually. Yeah, so very low tropopause there, actually. So we're going to be flying above the tropopause and then dropping below it. Cool, good to know. Right. Okay, so that is everything with regards to the OFP. Let's get the aircraft set up now for the flight. And then we'll brief the charts once we are ready to rock. Right, so let's just start with GSX. We'll request the boarding initially and make sure the doors are open properly. Is it doing its thing? Lovely. Let's have a look. Oh no, the sound is messed up. You guys can't hear the sound, can you? Right, I'll just restart GSX because it doesn't let you change the... I should have changed the sound first before restarting there, but never mind. Right, so GSX settings, audio. There we go. That's better. Right. Now the sound should work.
Boarding requested.
There we go, lovely. Okie dokes. Great stuff. Okie dokes. Right, let's get set up then. Leave a climb, thank you very much for the sub. Much appreciated. Welcome to the channel. Great username. How do I get the EFB? I think Schutz has answered that for you, Manic. It's basically just an overlay, yeah. Arctic Turn, welcome to your chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Did I try explain 12? I did, yeah, very briefly. I will admit, I've not, purchased it yet. But yeah, I have tried it. I wouldn't say it's a huge cash grab disappointment, to be honest, but I wouldn't go that far. But obviously coming from X-Plane 11, it's it kind of feels like X-Plane 11, to be honest. That's probably all I'm going to say without sort of rambling on too much. Just grabbing my QRH for the 737. Okay, cool. Let's get set up then. So we've got everything aligned here. The IRSs are ready for their position. Right. Leading edge devices are working fine. Mac airspeed warning test is all good there and there. And we'll test the flight recorder as well. That's all working. Stall warning test. All good there. Lovely stuff. And on number 1 side... Oops. All looking good there as well. Fantastic. Right. Cool, cool, cool. Everything looks good. ECs are on. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm going to just stick the dome light on because it is dark in here. Right. Your damper can come on. Everything else looks good down here. Fuel pumps can come on as well. Everything else looks good here. I'm not really sure the done setting for these, but I'm not sure these are actually too commonly used anymore, to be quite honest with you. Right. Coming further down, everything else looks good. Wipers are off. Lighting looks good. Seatbelt signs can stay off for now because we haven't refueled the aircraft. And window heat can come on. And we'll get the electric hydraulic pumps on. We'll see if those overheat like they did last time, rather strangely. And then keeping on coming. Voice recorder is in auto, that's fine. Right, all looking good there. Temperatures in Fahrenheit. Do they use Fahrenheit in Australia? I didn't think they did. I thought they used Celsius. Nevertheless, we get the packs and isolation valve in automatic, and we'll set our altitude here to flight level 300. Lovely stuff, and the altitude here at Sydney is 21 feet, so we'll leave that as it is, or we'll round it up to 50. That's no problem. Logo light can come on because it is quite dark here at the moment. Wheel well light, stick that on as well, why not? Does that actually work? I think it does. I can't actually remember whether we've tried that. Oh no, what's going on here? That's not right, is it? Now, yeah, that's not right, is it? This worked fine earlier, this GSX profile. I got this from flightsim.to, but that doesn't seem to be proper, does it? Interesting. Very strange. Right. Do we fix that, chat? Seems though it's only the crew boarding.
Passengers boarding starting.
Oh no, wait, the passengers are coming out at the right spot. That's so weird. Huh. Very strange. Anyways, we carry on then. It seems like that's fixed itself. Right, so we'll set up the MCP later. We'll get the traffic display on the left side here, as well as the airport display. And we'll do it like that. We'll set the QNH. 1009 is set. Going further down, reset the fuel flow here. Lovely. Test the annunciator lights. All looking good. Very nice animations here in the PMDG with the flashing on and off. Very, very nice indeed. Love to see it. We'll leave those on bright. We'll test here, and we'll test here, and we'll test here, and we'll test here. That's all looking good as well. Auto brake can go to RTO. Everything else looks good. Right, cool. Further down, we'll set the IRS position now because it's nagging us. So pausing it, GPS left. We'll stick that in there, and we're Yankee Sierra Yankee. What gate are we at? 35. I think it's Delta 35 actually. We'll wait for the VDGs to cycle round. No, okay, that's being a bit glitchy, isn't it? Okay, that's strange. Pretty sure it's Delta 35. Not really necessary, but we'll stick it in anyway. Right. Right, carrying on then. Something we never really do in the PMDG is the GPWS warning test. See if that one works. Oh, it does. Beautiful. Love to see it.
Wind shear. Wind shear.
Hey Bobby, are you also waiting for a good Microsoft Flight Simulator? Yeah, I mean, AIG is pretty good. I have been testing the FSLTL as well, which is new and not released yet, but that's really good actually. That's using Flight Radar 24 data, which is actually working really, really well. Yeah, to be honest, I'm really looking forward to seeing what JustFlight do with theirs as well, because theirs looks pretty cool. So yeah, looking forward to that one as well. Right. Okay, let's carry on. We'll test the fire and overheat detection. Oops, I always pull that switch there. And there we go. My mouse keeps messing up. What's going on with this keyboard? Why does that keep appearing? There we go. Right. Cool, that's looking good. And the squibs as well. Looking good there as well. Great stuff. Testing the cargo overheat. Or cargo fire. Lovely. Okay. So, transponder 2000, that's fine. I'm not actually 100% the VFR code they use, or IFR card they use in Australia, but we'll stick with 2000 for now. That shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. What we'll also do is we'll set 1228 for Unicom. And right, we're pretty much there. Lovely stuff. Right, let's jump over then to the FMS here, and we'll get things set up. Right, so route YSSY to YMHB. We'll stick that in there, and we'll go flight plan request. We'll select this, and we'll let it bring the details through. How do I get the fuzz pad? It's an overlay for the stream, Jello. FSLTL coming soon. I can't really say a release date, but yeah, hopefully. Soon TM. Sizzly says, the title is one way to get views and it is very effective. Well, I mean, it's just... I just thought it was a bit funny. It was just a bit of a play on the current situation, and yeah, just a bit of a laugh, really. If it works, it works. It is a fact, though. It is not an Explain 12 stream. NPS Gaming, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you. Yusuf says, how to download it on PC. I'm not sure what you're talking about in specific there, Yusuf. Alexander says, are you going to fly Vnukovo Real Ops event on the 18th of September with time slots booking? I don't actually know anything about that one, to be honest with you, Alexander. I will have to have a look into it, though. I'll have a look. Is that... I assume that's on VATSIM? I'll certainly have a look. Right, let's load in the flight plan then. Cool. Right, Walmotra Tasm. Right, that's all looking correct. Great stuff. Let's activate and execute that. We'll set up our departure. Departure is going to be 3-4 left, and we're going to go on the Wall 2 departure. Arrival, we're expecting runway 30, and we're not exactly sure which approach we are going to do just yet. So I'm actually just going to...
Truck arrives and asked to do it.
I'm actually just going to leave that for now, I think, to be honest with you. We'll set up the arrival once we get underway. Right. Flight number Victor Oscar Zulu 1528. Alright, let's execute that. Alternate, we have already covered is Yankee Mike Alpha Victor. Stick that in there as well. Right, perfing it. Cost index, we're actually going to bump up to 60 because we're late. That is the wrong box. Cost index there. Reserve fuel, we're going to be taking 3.7 tons. Zero fuel weight, we're expecting to be 56.4. Oh. Is that invalid? 56.4. Invalid entry. Okay, interesting. Is that because it's not loaded yet? That is strange. Shouldn't do that, I don't think. Nevertheless, I think the fuel truck is here. Let's see. No, I don't see him. What's going on this side? We've got passengers boarding. I don't know why they're walking through the air like that. Really no idea. Yeah, I'm a bit baffled on that one. Some of them are walking back into the terminal. They've changed their minds. Also, is the catering supposed to be coming? What is going on with GSX? Fuel truck is on its way. Catering vehicles are on the way. Interesting. Right. Oh, there's the fuel truck. I really don't know what's going on with these passengers, though.
Fuel truck is in position. Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Oh, here we go, chats. Right. Let's do the thing. So, fuel. Oh, it's in pounds, that's why. Ah, okay.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set.
Do they really use pounds in Australia? I didn't know that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Right. Let me just change that because my flight plan is in kilos and I don't really want to have to redo the flight plan. So let's go simulation. And let's see if I can find the kilos or pounds option.
Please use your airplane fuel system.
Okay, GSX, please stop now. There we go. Right.
Please use your airplane fuel system.
Okay.
To set the desired
Fuel.
quantity.
8552 is what we want. And whilst we're here, we'll set the payload as well. 56.4 is the zero fuel weight we're after. Lovely. Right. So it should accept our 56.4 now. Lovely. Right. Thank you very much. It's also changed our reserves. So we'll need to just change that like so. Right. Okay. Planned fuel 8.7. That's correct. Sorry. Fuel on board is 8.7. That's fine. Let's see. Is he fueling us? He is. Oh, it's going up. Lovely. Are we going to see the bill today, though, chat? That is a question, really. That is a question. Right. Carrying on. Cruising altitude is going to be 300. So well below the optimal there. Cruise wind. Cruise wind is going to be 295 at 36. Outside air temperature up there is going to be a minus 40 degrees. Transition altitude here in Australia. $10,000, that's set. Great stuff. Execute. N1 limits. Let's set a assumed temperature of 40 degrees and we'll do a 24k D right for the takeoff, and then we'll do full climb thrust. That's fine with me. And then for the takeoff, we're going to do a flaps 5 takeoff, CG 25.2, which is going to give us a trim of 4.87, V1 of 3940 and 46. Takeoff weight 65.1 tons, which is about correct. So 4.87 on the trim. Let's just set that. I think that should just about do it. And then a V2 of 146. Let's set that as well. Right. Okay, that's fine. What we'll also do is I'll just quickly do the MCP and then we can run through the charts for the flight today. So we're going off 3-4 left, which is actually going to be a pretty lengthy taxi. Sorry to say, guys. So we're going to set 335 here in the heading. And then for the departure itself, it's going to be the Wall 2, which is a... let's see. Yeah, so nothing really too much to tune there for the departure. We can tune the SY, the Sydney DME, which is going to be 1121. So we'll tune that. That's really the only thing we can tune. We'll tune that on both sides. We could also tune the Wollongong NDB, which is what we're going to be flying out towards on 239er. NDB tuning, so not used to it. 239er. There we go. Lovely. Okay, and then we'll set ADF on the one side and VOR on the two sides. We don't need to set any courses really because, well, we could set for this side 182. Not that it's going to make any difference really. We'll set it anyway. So 335 initially and then 290 we'll set again for reference here. We'll obviously brief the charts once we get a little bit further on here. Then initial climb clearance. We don't really have one actually. So we'll just leave it to 10,000, which is the transition altitude. We'll turn the flight directors on. And LNAV for departure. Right. Okie dokes. Let's get the APU fired up as we're getting nearly there now. Oh, we missed the bell, of course. Never mind. What is going on out here then? Yeah, it's all a bit funky out here, isn't it? I really don't know what's going on with them passengers. Right. It is on VATSIM. Thank you, Alexander. I'll look out for that. I'll check it after the stream. Yusuf asks how to download this game on computer. Flight Simulator. Go to the Xbox, the Microsoft Store on your PC, and you can get it on there. You can get it on Steam as well. Peter, thank you very much for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Martin says, still setting up for the flight. Yes, indeed. Of course we are. Yes, I'm in the right seat. Yes. Tried that, but did too many flights left side, and I can't adjust. Yeah, it took me a while to adjust, but got there in the end. Y Copilot says basic Roblox because that's how I have my controllers set up on my desk.
Sydney traffic, Qantas 139.
Not too much more to it than that, really.
We're going to be under tow through. Right,
so let's brief the charts then. I'm just going to have a quick look on the ND initially. Just make sure everything looks as it should do. So we'll just step through and just make sure everything is looking okay. What did I miss there? Motra, Iplet, Tassum, and then to our destination. Obviously, we don't have a arrival set up just yet, so that is expected. Cool. Right then, so let's have a look at the charts then, and we'll just make sure everything is in the box correctly. So let's initially brief the taxi out. Okay, dokes. So this is the 10-9 for Sydney, Australia, Kingsford Smith International Airport. Now, there's a lot of turning restrictions on here, but shouldn't really apply to us due to the small stature of our aircraft. Yeah, so having a look, we're currently here on Dom 2. Let's see, is there another chart? 10-9C. Tell you what I'm going to do, chat, is I'm going to actually brief the taxi on the fuzz pad. It'll probably be a bit easier, won't it? Right. 10-9C as well is what we want. So we're at the domestic terminal on apron 2. So we're currently here at stand 3-5. So we can obviously push back facing to the south. That's the only way we can go, obviously. And then we're going to taxi out for runway 3-4 left. So we'll come back, we'll taxi on to the south. Obviously, it's not very busy here at the moment at Sydney, so we can more or less taxi at our own discretion. However, 3-4 left is all the way down here, so we could do with probably going... Let's just have a quick look, closer look here. So we'll probably come down this way. Onto Bravo, potentially. It's quite a complicated little region, this, isn't it? Let's see what the number 7 says. Taxiway Golf, turn left onto Taxiway Bravo 4. It's just restrictions for wingspan. Okay, cool. So we'll probably taxi south then onto Golf. We'll taxi onto Golf. So straight down here onto Golf. And then down Golf like so. And then left onto Alpha. And then we'll follow Alpha all the way down. All the way down to holding point Alpha 6 for runway 34 left. So we'll do that. No issues. That should be fairly straightforward. Obviously, we've got to cross 2 runways there. So we'll have to keep an eye out for any traffic. But it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Like I said, very quiet here at the moment at at Sydney. We can also just come in here and just check, see what kind of traffic we've got here at Sydney. So yeah, as you can see, nobody here on VATSIM at the moment. I think I just heard one other guy on the radio, but it looks like he's already gone. Oh, there's one other aircraft actually all the way up here. Oh, you can see the taxiways super clearly on here, can't you? So domestic 2, down to Golf. Yeah, Golf left onto Alpha. Yeah, lovely. Right. So that's the taxi. Let's have a quick look at the departure charts. We'll do that back in the flight deck here so we can actually make sure we've got the correct thing in on the FMS. As you can see, my NVIDIA filter making the water look here a little bit of a funny colour, but anyway, let's carry on. So this is going to be the departure we're flying today. This is 10-3 Echo chart. Airport elevation 21 feet. I've already mentioned that. Transition altitude 10,000 feet. Jets only. GPS permitted in lieu of DME reference. Waypoint TESAT. Right, so we're going to be flying the Wollongong 2 departure for runway 34 left, southwest departures. Speed 250 knots below 10,000, which we know anyway. That's not a problem.
Is crossing runway 16.
That's okay.
Bravo to Sydney traffic.
So we've got 250 knots below flight level 100 in there. No issues at all. So we're going to climb initially runway heading 335 degrees. Caution for parallel runway ups. That's not going to be a big deal for us. Again, very quiet here at the moment. So at 800 feet, we turn left 290 track. And then at 10 miles from the Sydney DME, we're going to take another left turn, 260 track. And then after passing 7,000 feet, we turn left again to Ancub. Then Ancub is another right turn to 182 track down to the Wollongong NDB, which is a 35-mile track outbound. So that's it. It's a fairly straightforward departure. We've got the 800 feet in there. That's fine. Then a 290 track to SY10 DME. And then we've got, after passing 7,000 feet, turn left 152. Oh, sorry, it doesn't actually have the track in here, does it? But we've got 260 track out to 7,000 feet. And then we've got Ancub, direct to Ancub from there. And then out to the Wollongong NDB 182 track. That's all looking good. Everything's in there correctly. Only thing we want to make sure of is we've obviously got bypass here noted because of the speed and because of this left turn. So we're probably going to overshoot that. So let's just make sure. Let's see here. We'll just zoom in a little bit more so we can see. And then we'll step forwards. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't look too bad. There's no crazy sort of restrictions on that turn on the chart itself, but what we could do is we'll just stick in a speed restriction there. So 220 knots. Let's see if that fixes it. No, it still doesn't like that. We'll go 210. Interesting. Let's try 190. Still no good. 180. It's getting a bit low now. I'm not sure if it even matters too much, but I'm just trying to see if it'll actually disappear there. But nevertheless, we'll just erase. I don't think that's too big of a deal. We'll go 220 knots. I think it's probably more sensible for the steep turn there. But nevertheless, that's okay. We'll execute that. Fine. Lovely. Right then, I think we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. Let's see if the passengers are all on board yet. No, they're still moonwalking, floating through the air. I don't know what this guy's doing. Really don't. Fuel is still there for some reason. Not sure why. What else has gone wrong out here? Oh, the catering are waiting for me to close the doors, aren't they? Right. Okay, surface actions, doors. Let's close the aft right door and the forward right door. We'll leave the entry doors open for now, and we'll close the cargo doors as well. Not sure why the fueler's there. I'm not sure if he's waiting for us to pay him or what's going on there. Right. I think the briefing's all done. We are looking good. Cool. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the passengers there. What is going on in the chat, guys? Let's see. Just move my stick to left-hand side to free up my mouse hand, but the landings have been rough. Yeah, I've thought about doing that as well, Martin, but I just couldn't adjust like you for the view. But yeah, I have thought about doing that. What is saved world map filters? It's just a very, very small add-on that basically means that the filters on the world map actually get saved. Because if you notice on the world map in the sim, it doesn't actually save what filters you actually put in there. Oh, the fuel has gone, grand. Yeah, it doesn't actually save what filters you put in there. So yeah, that's all it is really. Okay, let's get APU gen on the bus as it's all now fired up. We'll get rid of the ground power as well. Lovely. Right. How do you get Navigator like this? J Sim Aviation asks. That is just the Navigraph in-game panel. So if you've got a Navigraph subscription, you can get this added to the sim. Flying to Tasmania? Yes, indeed. MPS Gaming? Indeed, indeed, indeed. Oh, on the iPad. Are you referring to this right here? So this is just an application showing on my second monitor, as you can see. This is called SimToolkitPro. Want to pick up a 30 or 40 series graphic card? I'm going to put together a streaming computer. That will be nice. GTX 1080 maxed out between OBS and Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty maxed out as well when I had just one streaming PC. On 2K resolution. Won't be much online at the moment. It's also it's almost 3 a.m. Yes, indeed, indeed, indeed. Yeah, no one online. I've had a look already, unfortunately. Yeah, but never mind. Never mind. This is what the community voted for in terms of what flight we should do. So this is what we're doing. And I'm pretty excited, to be honest. I'm pretty excited. Sunny Stanny, happy weekend to you as well, sir. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right. Okie dokes. I'm not sure what we're going to do about GSX, guys. Not sure what we're going to do. Nevertheless, let's wind the time forwards a bit because we do want to fly in some daylight conditions here. When's the sun actually going to come up? About just after 6. Alright, so we'll set it to about 6 there. And, yeah, let's see. let's see how we get on. We'll do our pre-flight checklist anyway. So, gear pins and covers are removed. Oxygen is tested 100%. Navigation, transfer, and display switches are normal and auto. Window heat is on. Pressurization mode selector is in auto. Flight instruments. Heading 088. Altimeter is about 30 feet. Which is correct. Parking brake is not actually set. We are on chocks at the moment, but we are going to push back soon. So we'll go ahead and set the parking brake. Engine start levers are in cut-off. Pre-flight checklist is complete. Right. Okie dokes. So, guys, what do we do about the passengers? Do we just leave them? Do we just reset GSX so we can depart here? Or do we let them finish? I'm kind of thinking we should just forget about them, to be honest, because it's obviously something's gone wrong here. They're walking through the air and all sorts of bizarreness. So I think we probably just do a bit of that. I think we just do a bit of that, and then we shall remove the chocks. That should get rid of the jetway, I think, as well. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. I thought it would do. I mean, it's greyed out now, so I can't get rid of it. There we go. Lovely job. Right. We will get the pushback from GSX, however, because that is the beautiful thing about GSX. Okie dokes. Get the anti-collision light on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready.
Oh, baby, the doors. Just the entry doors. There we go. Lovely stuff. Okay, cool. So, before start checklist, flight deck door is closed and locked. Fuel is 8.6 tons. Fuel pumps are on. Windows are locked. MCP V2 146. Heading 335. Altitude 10,000 feet. Takeoff speeds are 3940 and 46. CD pre-flight is complete. Rudder and aileron trim are free and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing is complete. Anti-collision light is on. Before start checklist is complete. We'll stick altitude off on the transponder. And we're ready to go. Checked. Alright, I'll catch up with the messages once we get a little bit more underway here, but yeah, let's just get things started here because I'm aware we have been a little while. Only got one pushback option here because there's only one direction we can go.
Release parking brakes, please.
Oh, lovely. Hear the Australian accent on the voice there. Love to see it. Let's get the music off for the departure. Parking brake is released.
Commencing push. All engines clear.
Right, let's get the packs off. APU bleed can come on now. We'll get, yeah, we'll start with engine numero dos. So, ignition to ground on engine number 2 there. Start valve open. And 2. %. Start the fuel flow there. And 1. EGT. Lovely. What is going on with the rudder there? Why does the engine sound like it's on such a high N1? Because it is. Interesting. There we go.
Please set parking brakes.
Right, start to cut out. Let's go ignition to ground on the left engine. Set the parking brake.
Waiting your call.
And we do have fuel in the center tanks. I did not realize. So let's just turn those on as well. Right, N2. 25%. Start the fuel flow. Very nice scenery this. I do enjoy it. Whoa. Whoa. Lovely sounds in the PMDG. Start to cut out. Right, that's 2 good engine starts. Let's send the tug on his way.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Okie dokie. Let's get both gens on the bus. Get the AP bleeder off. We'll get the packs back on. Turn the AP off as well. Pro Peak can come on. Seatbelt signs should have been on already. It's nice and chilly in the cabin actually.
Unlocking gear.
Right. Check the recall there. Blank the lower DU. Set our flaps to 5 for takeoff. Did not mean to move the speed brakes there. Lovely. Flaps are set to 5. Green lights. Lovely stuff. Right, before taxi checklist generators are on. Pro P is on. Anti-ice is not required. Isolation valve is in auto. Engine start switch is continuous. Recall is checked. Auto brake RTO. Engine start levers are in the idle detent. And flight controls, we could do a quick check of those in a moment. And ground equipment is clear. Guy with the pin there is just showing us it. I was ignoring him now, but nevertheless. Alright, flaps are set. Ailerons, full left, full right. And elevator. All looking good there. And rudder. Full left, full right. All looking good there as well. Lovely stuff. Beautiful. Let's see what the pushback was like. Oh, right on the line as well. Love to see it. Fantastic. All right, we'll set the elapsed timer there. Cool. Let's go, chat. Before taxi checklist is complete, parking brake is released. Sydney traffic. What is my call sign again? Sydney traffic. Velocity 1528. Taxiing to runway 34 left. Sydney traffic. Right, off we go, chat. So you may remember, let's just show the chart again here. We're going to come straight forwards. We're going to take the second right. So we'll come down here. Sorry, 1, 2, third right even onto Golf, follow Golf, cross runway 16 right, and then a left onto Alpha. Let's get the taxi lights on as well, that always helps. Right. Oh, that's not working, that view. Got Golf there to the right. Chat, I will catch up with the messages in a momento. We'll catch up with some of them just before we take off here. So right into Golf. You can see we're on Golf there, verified on that sign, that's correct. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Big fan of this scenery though. I am enjoying it. Some great, great ground textures. Sydney traffic, velocity 1528, crossing runway 16 right, 34 left. On Golf, Sydney traffic. Alright, so double checking right and left. This is the active runway. We'll get the strobe lights on for the crossing. That's the wrong button. There we go. Right, alright, alright. Strobe lights can come off. And then we're going to take a left onto Alpha, which is here. Alpha there. Lovely taxiway signage here as well. Captain's doing a great job at taxiing us here. Obviously no tiller on the right hand side in the 737. Sydney traffic, velocity 1528, crossing runway 0725 at Alpha, Sydney traffic. Get the strobe lights on again. Checking right, checking left. However, this is not in use, this runway, so it shouldn't be too much of a worry for us. Right, so we're just following Alpha all the way down now to the holding point for runway 34 left. Right, so in terms of the departure, to recap, we're going to climb straight ahead until 800 feet, take a left turn to 10 miles from the Sydney DME, then another left turn after passing 7,000 feet, another left turn out to Ankub, then a right turn to Wollongong. We don't have failures enabled in the PMDG because there's no option to differentiate between minor and major failures, so we don't want to fly with those on VATSIM. So we don't really need to worry about any failures too much, so I'm not really going to brief the engine out procedure or anything like that. So we'll leave it at that. Obviously, if there are any aircraft on the runway during the takeoff roll, we will abort the takeoff. But other than that, nothing too much to worry about there. Fantastic scenery this, and great performance, I do have to say. A380 over there, lovely. Right, let's see if I can catch up with some chat messages. Am I not using live time? No, Godzilla, no. We're using using live weather, not live time. Mainly because we want to fly but during a bit of daylight, otherwise it would just be night time for the full flight. Martin asks, when do I usually stream? It's a bit sporadic at the moment, but I do tend to try and do a stream at least on a Friday evening. Godzilla, we're not on multiplayer at the moment. We're actually just on VATSIM. GSX always a time sucker. Yeah, I've managed to get it. I feel like I've got it synced up quite well with the Fenix in terms of the timings, but when it comes to other aircraft, I've not really used it as much with other aircraft, so I don't really know with the PMDG at the moment. But yes, yeah, a few little niggles with GSX still. MBS Gaming asks, is it easy to set up a streaming PC? Should it work with an old i7 4770K and 980 Ti? Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can see my streaming PC specs in the video description. I'm using not too far away from those specs for my streaming PC. In fact, I think I'm using a 960 in my streaming PC.
Traffic on its 139 at Intel 24 was to be pushing back onto the Intel 2800.
I've got someone pushing back. That'll be the Qantas that we saw earlier on. But yes, definitely capture card needed. Definitely. But what I will say is you don't actually need to use a separate stream PC. I've only been using a separate stream PC now for a few months. Not entirely necessary. What is that floating in the water that I just saw there? Is that in the water? What is that? It looks like it's actually bobbing up and down there. Oh, I see what it is. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm liking this NVIDIA preset though. Sunrise looking pretty nice. Let's see. Andy Ivy, welcome to the chat, dude. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you indeed. Just had to push back yesterday from the gates as my pilots were never able to board the plane at Aspen. They appeared at the door and the plane began moonwalking away from it. How strange. That's very bizarre. Dear oh dear though. So the plane was just more or less just like, no, you're not getting on today. Martin's looking forward to the stream on Monday. Feel better about my sound settings. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Glad to hear it, Martin. Glad to hear you've had some good viewership. Usually have to kill and restart the script engine multiple times for GSX. Yes, yeah, I tend to have to do the same, to be honest. Poser, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Nice whip you got there. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I'm enjoying the 737-800, do have to say. Yeah, the pushback does work really well with GSX, I have to say, especially if you set up custom pushbacks. Just about asked, is that a 737 mod? Yeah, as Martin said, it's the PMDG 737. Martin, really probably not the best person to ask on that. I don't really keep up too much with the developments in the whole graphics card world, but it depends whether you really can wait or not. I think that's all really what it boils down to. Poser doesn't have the storage for Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane. Yeah, not a lot of people do. X-Plane can take a hell of a lot of space up. Addy, welcome to the chat from India. Hope you're doing well. Alu says, I just flew from Perth to Dubai with the 777, worst thing to ever even think of is the plane stopped working mid-approach. That's, yeah, that is pretty terrible, isn't it? That's super, super sad. But, I mean, then again, the 777 is based on some of the default systems, so, yeah, I don't know if I would risk doing that myself. From memory, there's a shark fin out there. No way. I must have missed that. I'll have to have a better look sometime. Right, here we go then, chat. Let's just check the arrival sector. It does look clear. Sydney traffic, velocity 1528, lining up runway 34 left. Right.
Traffic on a 139 is going to be taxiing to runway 16 west via Intel 2, Alpha, and Lima. And we will watch your takeoff there.
Before takeoff checklist, flaps 5, green light, stabilizer trim is 4.87 units set. Before takeoff checklist complete. We are clear for takeoff. Let's get the landing lights on. Strobe lights can come on as well now. I will remember to arm the auto throttle today, which is something I tend to forget doing here. It's come down to a full stop. There we go. So, holding it on the toe brakes. Let's go auto thrust on. Right, here we go, chats. Start the chrono. 1 and 2. Right, throttles up to about 50%. Oh, why has the speed brake just armed itself? Very strange. Actually, let me just resolve that first. Let's see what happened there. Okay, I have no idea why it did that on its own then. Huh. Very bizarre. Let me just check something real quick, because I did do some changes to my my controls. No, I don't have it bound. Okay, that's just SPAD done next. Right, okay. I think we're fine, chat. I think we're fine. Right. Sydney traffic, velocity 1528 is taking off from runway 34 left on the Wall 2 departure. Sydney traffic. Alright, throttles up to 50%. We are looking gravy. Toga. N1 Toga. Takeoff thrust set. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots. V1 rotates. Oh my god, that was sensitive. That was far too fast on the rotation there. Positive rate. Gears coming up. Wow, why is it so sensitive, chat? Holy. LNAV. Wow, this is really sensitive. N1. Right, let's bug up. Speed trim going like crazy there. Flaps to 1. Oh, why are the speed brakes out? What the heck? Okay, and flaps up. Command B. VNav. VNav speeds. Oh, baby, look at that, though. Hoo-hoo-hoo. That is a view. That is a view. Yeah, buddy.
That's the flight that just departed. That's the Wollongong 2 departure. So if you ever online with ATC and you refer to Wollongong 2, that's the name of the departure you're currently on.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a nice flight.
And you too, dude. Thank you. Okay, after takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds are on. Packs are auto. Landing gear is up and off. Flaps are up. Green lights. Sorry, no light even. After takeoff checklist completed. Let's check the pressurization. We're all looking good there. Lovely stuff. Okay, fantastic. Set our altitude up a bit higher here. Flight level 300. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Recall. Everything looks good. Okay, guys. Okay. Very nice. Very nice departure out of Sydney. We've got a stadium down there. Lovely. Oh, my camera, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there. I did not notice. Right. Cool. Yes, we are out of fuel on the center tanks. Let's turn those off. Flight level 100. Let's go to standard. And we'll go ahead and turn the engine start switches to off. Seatbelt signs can come off now as well. Lovely. Wow, yeah. Great departure out of Sydney here. Okie doke, so we can reset the chrono now as well. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, I completely forgot about the second camera there, guys. Chat, I do apologise. I do apologise.
39 minutes. Amended taxi detecting Lima, Sierra Bravo 10 to 161.
Lovely. That is a very nice departure there. All right, chat. How are we doing? Right. I have MSI capture card 1080p 60, but not sure if it's fit my old motherboard. Have to check it out. Yeah, definitely check that out. I had to specifically get a specific motherboard for this the capture card that I have. Yeah, big fan. We'll have to do some more flying out of Sydney, guys, because this is just a brilliant departure. Absolutely lovely. Auto brake can go off now as well. Oh, the pilot's not the planes. Oh, I see, Andy. Once they had retreated about 50 feet from the door, I gave up. Yeah. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Poser says, I can tell you're not a Southwest pilot. Wait, that didn't show up, did it? Hang on. There we go. Is that a comment with regards to the speed at which I taxi at? I've heard Southwest pilots can be a bit rapid there on the taxi. I have phantom activations of knobs and levers when moving from one screen to another. Microsoft Flight Sim seems to sometimes pick up actions on other screens. Yes, it does, Andy, yeah. I've noticed that, especially if you click very close to the edge of the second monitor, it can certainly pick up a few clicks and things like that there. Or if your monitor's above or below, yeah. If it's right next to it, if you're clicking right on the edge, yeah, it does that. Very strange. Alright, chat, you know what time it is. Who needs X-Play when you've got flybys like this? Oh, it was out of focus, of course. Let's try that again. That's a bit better, ain't it? Why isn't the autofocus working? Is it because it's not in the center? There we go. That's a bit better. Oh, it's gone off again. There we go. That's better. Lovely. We're right into the clouds here. Let's see. There was that significant weather forecast for the turbulence, but it doesn't seem to be bumpy at all. Can I do a video about my quick views? I can't get to mine to work. Which quick views are you talking about there, DK? Are you talking about... Because in Microsoft Flight Simulator, there's a few different kinds of naming schemes for the cameras there. So, for example, like these cameras right here, are obviously the quick views. Well, maybe not obviously, but that's what Microsoft Flight Sim refers to as the quick views there. But I don't know if you're referring to the, you know, these views right here, or if you're referring to anything else. Oh, we're on control wheel steering for whatever reason. And LNAV has disengaged. Why is that? Let's go to heading select. Well, arm LNAV. Is that gonna arm? It's not arming for some reason. Interesting. Control wheel steering isn't on. It's actually gone off now on its own. Oh, discontinuity? Really? We checked through that though, didn't we, chat? And that wasn't there before, surely. Nevertheless, we'll give ourselves a direct to wall and LNAV now. That should work. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. I'm not reading where we are. Next waypoint is NWA. So let's... Okay, that's now the next fix. So we'll go back to LNAV. That should give us a little bit of a left turn. Yeah, okay, there we go. I'm not sure what happened there, chap. I'm sure we checked through the legs page here and we didn't have a disco. Although, maybe I didn't go far enough. That's probably my fault, actually, isn't it? Probably. Didn't check thoroughly enough. So, if you guys remember, we're going to step down to flight level 200 at Motra. So I'm actually going to just stick that in here. Lovely. All right. Is that Casper? Apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm from the north of England. The ones in the cockpit and the externals. Right, okay, DK. Yes, I've been meaning to do it. I've been meaning to do a video about that for quite a while, actually. It's yeah, it's quite a strange topic in Microsoft Flight Simulator because it's not that straightforward, unfortunately. 1,000 to go. Did we turn the lights off? We didn't turn any of the lights off. Nice. There we go. Yeah, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it can be a little bit convoluted with regards to the cameras, unfortunately. Let's see. I did do a bit of a explanation, roughly, with regards to the camera system previously. I'm going to just see if I can find that on the Discord, because it is on the Discord, I think, where I talked about the cameras and that. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. So let's copy this link here. So if you go to this this stream at 1548 DK, that explains some of it there. But with regards to the actual quick views, like these ones, I actually set those using... I'm actually using the dev mode to do that. So it's quite a difficult one to explain, to be quite honest, because it's... yeah, it's not super straightforward, unfortunately, to set these quick views. What you can do is if you use the... if you use the cameras... .config file within the aircraft itself, in the package of the aircraft that you want to change, you can sort of manually change the quick views in there. So if I just go to the PMDG, for example. So here's the cameras.config for the PMDG, and if you scroll down, I mean, it is a bit tedious to do, I'm not going to lie, but if you scroll down, you can see you've got a quick view up here. They're usually all grouped together. Quick view back, L1, which is this one, and then you've got L2, L3, and then you've got R1, R2, and R3. And then this is what I have up set to, and that's what I have back set to. So you can go through there, and basically all you need to worry about is these two lines here, the initial XYZ and the initial PBH. So XYZ is your position within the flight deck, so the x-axis being left to right, y-axis being up your height, so height. This would be the x-axis, and then the z-axis is this one here. And then the PBH is basically pan. PBH is pan. I forget the acronym now. It's basically pan, bank, and heading. So you basically got your heading between 0 and 360. In fact, I think it goes from 0 to 180, and then it goes minus 0 to 180. So it is quite awkward. But you can sort of estimate based on the values that are already in there. So it's basically sorry, no, it's not pan, it's pitch. So you've got pitch, bank, which I can't really show you in this camera, and then heading, which is obviously like this. So you want to use that, and then you can also use the zoom. Initial zoom option as well to set the zoom, and that's all you really need to change on those ones. Like I say, it can be a bit tedious, but once you start messing around with these values, it can it sort of clicks a little bit. And what you can do to make it a bit quicker as well is if you bring up the developer mode, or if you want to just go into developer mode and make a new project based on the 737, you can also try doing that. But if you come in here, go to aircraft selector, so Windows, and then aircraft selector, and then it should automatically have the aircraft that you're in selected, which it does there. Every time you make a change to the value in one of those on this file here, you can save it and then just click reload there, and then you can test out the changes you've made to the camera. So maybe that's helpful, I don't know. Obviously not a full tutorial. Apologies if it's not super great, but yeah, it is something I do want to make a video on, but it's going to be quite a long video, that I imagine. Very hazy down there, isn't it? So has anyone in the chat got Explain 12 then, or is anyone going to get it? Has anyone got any thoughts on it? Interested to hear. We've got the sea out the right side, and then the left side, and then the right side we've got the land there. Very good. We're going right down the coast here. Love to see it. Mariner, good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. I have a PCIe 2 old motherboard. Can't find if the capture card is compatible because the card was Excuse me. Yeah, you'll have to check on that one, MPS Gaming. Yeah, it's something worth looking at for sure. I'm pretty sure a PCI 2, depending on the capture card, should be okay, I think, if I remember off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks, Mariner. Yeah, how are you doing? Gold Engine, thank you very much for the subscription. Much appreciated. Festival Lover says, is this Microsoft Flight Simulator or X-Plane 12? As per the stream title, it is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yes, nice. Yeah, exactly. Using the cameras.config, that's the way to do it. Also, guys, you said there, obviously, you modified the default camera's position in the Fenix this way. Now, I figured out a better way to do that, guys, that takes literally 2 seconds and you don't have to modify the cameras.config file at all. That's how I did it in this aircraft. So basically what we want to do is go into controls. Now, this should probably have a default binding, I think, but you want to have a look for VFR, and you want to go VFR pilot view save, and then set that to a key binding. I've got it set to right control, right alt, and U. And basically, that is the keybind to save the default view in the aircraft. I'm not going to show you it now, but, you know, because I don't want to mess up my default view. But, yeah, that's going to save the default view within the aircraft. So you don't have to mess with any config files or anything like that. So, yeah, nice and straightforward. Not really done any flights yet, just been testing out ortho. Yeah, how's the ortho working? I know they've changed some things with regards to like coastlines and things like that. So I know ortho has been a little bit, yeah, a little bit hit and miss, I think, for some people. Yeah, it is unfortunate to hear about the Queen as well. Obviously, condolences to the royal family. I think it works on spec for the box to capture card. Only say PCI 1. I have to try it on this weekend if the old PC starts. Yeah, give it a try. Give it a try. I mean, the PCIe times 1, 2, and 4, and I don't even know if there's a 3, but it's just the size of the slot, isn't it? It's not actually anything to do with the performance of the PCIe slot. I think it's just the size of it, if I remember correctly. Maybe wrong. Also, guys, does anyone have any idea on what the hell has happened to my Volanta here? Like, the text has just gone absolutely miniature. I have no idea what happened to it. I updated it, obviously, just after this, just before this stream, and yeah, it's just gone miniature, everything. To give you an idea, this is how big SimToolkitPro text is, and that's normal. I have no idea what happened there. What's going on with this line as well? So hard to see, though. EGNX. Why is it showing me that? That's a bit interesting. Nevertheless, let's minimize it for now. Oh, I was going to use self-loading cargo today, chat. I've completely forgotten about it. Never mind. Never mind. I think X-Plane 12 would be great once out of beta, but I haven't invested too much cash. I have invested too much cash into Microsoft Flight Simulator. Can't see myself getting into it. Sure, it would be great. Yeah, exactly. That's sort of how I feel, I think. I mean, any builds are going to be focusing on Microsoft Flight Simulator now as well, I believe. And my favourite aircraft for X-Plane has got to be the A300. They're bringing the A310, obviously, to this sim for free. So, Yeah, I'm not really sure if how much time I'm going to be spending on X-Plane 12, to be quite honest. It's working okay for me. Coaster a bit of a mess, but not a massive issue. Yep. Yeah, I've seen some funky stuff with the coast, but then again, I think Ortho 4XP is bringing out an update which will allow you to get some new data to fix the coasts, but it's not out yet. Yeah, glad to hear, Mariner. Have you managed to get the toll list working or anything like that? MPS is stuck on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It spent so much money on it. Yeah, I'm I'm the same, to be honest with you. I mean, I do love X-Plane, but I've had X-Plane 11 for a decent amount of time as well. Yeah, nevertheless, I was still a little bit hesitant to really invest in it because, you know, obviously I'd invested in Microsoft Flight Simulator already, and yeah. I'm pretty happy with Microsoft Flight Simulator, to be honest. I know obviously the developers have had their quirks, but I think for the most part, no issues really. Nothing too major. Right, okay, chat. So I am just going to take a quick 2 minutes. I'll be back with you. The FPS on this drone cam at the moment seems to be strangely low. But anyway, I'll leave you with this view. This is quite a nice view, isn't it? Yeah, I'll leave you with that, chat, and I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. Just going to get a drink of water. Alright, chat. We're back. Right on time as well. Love to see it. Right. Oh, you figured it out, DK. Glad to hear it, dude. Let me know how you get on. Hope that was useful for you. MPS says, I really like the Aerosoft CRJ 550 1000 and PMDG in Phoenix. Learn to learn to fly the BAE 146. Very nice. Yeah, I do really like the BAE 146. We need to fly that again on the stream sometime soon. CRJ, it is nice. It is nice. I was actually considering putting a CRJ flight on the poll for today, but I didn't in the end because I wanted to fly the Phoenix or this, to be honest. But maybe we'll do a CRJ one soon. I think it's time we revisited that. Obviously, we did a lot of content on the CRJ when it was initially released. Fly Javier, welcome to the chat from Las Vegas. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday to you too. I have FSX with PMDG level D. Love to fly them and have a lot of other aircraft too. Very good. MPS. What do you mean by level D? You have a PMDG FSX level D sim? Can't spell it. Type better in Swedish. No worries at all, dude. No worries at all. I'm already in the sim, says DK. I fixed it on my way from Germany to Denmark. Very good. Yeah, glad you managed to make some progress on it. Look at these scenes below us though, chat. Very nice. It is super, super... We've got this very thin sort of layer of cloud below us though, so it's looking super hazy. Is that another airport down there? It is indeed. See ya. Lovely. Right. Okie dokes. So then, chat, we do have a step down to make. At Motra, we're going to be stepping down to flight level 200. Which is giving us a top of descent just before Motra. Now, don't necessarily need to stop down, be at flight level 200 at Motra, but nevertheless, we'll follow the VNav path. Why the heck not? Yeah, so guys, let's have a look at our arrival options into Hobart. So, let's have a look then. Let's bring up our charts. Let's see where we are. Oh, just right by the south coast. Making good progress here. Love to see it. Let's just switch back over just for a second so we can see the coastline coming in. Ah, there it is below us. Lovely. The sim just looks absolutely stellar, doesn't it? Love to see it. Can we see Tasmania yet? Not really, no, because of the cloud. Right. Let's have a look at our arrival options then into Hobart. Now, we've not selected a star into to Hobart. So we're going direct to TASM. Now, let's have a look then. Right. So, no need to look at the stars because we're not using one. But let's have a look at our approaches. Now, we're expecting runway 30. Let's have a check of the METAR. We've got Meta at 1700 Zulu. That's quite old now. So let's just see if we can refresh that. YMHB. Yep, that's the last one. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if that's because of the operational hours of the airports. Or maybe they only do one an hour. So maybe we just wait another minute and just see if they will do another one in 1 minute's time. But nevertheless, we can look at the TAF and just get an idea. Doesn't look like the wind direction is set to change too much. So let's just start looking at approaches for... Winds are 170 and they're expected to go 160. However, Navigraph, for some reason, SimBrief chose runway 30. Surely 12 is going to be a better option for this approach. Right, let's refresh to see if we've got another Meta yet. It might take a little bit to come through. We don't. Okay. Anyway, let's carry on with approaches for runway 12. So we've got an ILS. Do we want to fly an ILS? Probably not. Let's not do an ILS. We've got an RNAV Zulu, which again is pretty straightforward really, although I've never flown an RNAV. We have flown an RNAV actually in the PMDG, but I don't think I want to do that. I quite like to do a VOR, to be honest. It should be interesting. So what we could do is let's just see how this looks, because we're coming into a fix which is just over here, right? Now, in the real world, you would probably be vectored onto this approach. Now, I'm just intrigued to see actually. Let's see. Look at the stars here. So we could actually fly a star here. I'm not sure why SimBrief has not chosen one for us, because the star might make more sense now. For example, we could fly the Iplet 5 Victor arrival. That would make sense, I think. So let's do that. We'll do the Iplet 5 Victor, because that comes right off our flight plan here. We're going to go through Iplet. Yeah, so let's do that. Now, let's have a quick look here. So that's going to take us into PMOV Vetor. So for the VOR, you do DME arc and then down to 22 miles from the VOR and then inbound. So we've got Delta 299 Victor. Now, I've never done a VOR approach on VATSIM, so I'm not exactly sure how it would all work out in terms of the vectoring, or whether you'd get direct, or how it would work. So let's have a look. Yeah, so look at this. This actually joins on right from our flown track, to be honest. More or less. So we could, rather than fly that star, we could actually get rid of that and then just add in the VOR approach. Runway 12, like this. And then we could just give ourselves more or less a vector onto the DME arc here. I think that'll work. Just for a bit of science as well, we'll get to fly the DME arc. That could be quite fun. Yeah, so that's going to take us on a DME arc and then onto the final approach course. Let's see. Or you could fly, I suppose you could fly inbound to the... Let's see. There's two approaches here. So you could fly direct inbound to the VR itself and then fly outbound right turn, left turn, and then back down. Or we could fly this DME arc. Probably would be... I'm not sure, to be honest. I think probably the DME arc's going to be a little bit more... Yeah, I think we do the DME arc just because I've not done a DME arc in the aircraft before, and it'd be quite nice to give it a try. So DME arc, which is Dabsu. Where's Dabsu? Oh, sorry, Dabsu's here. Yeah, so DME arc down at 5,000 feet, Dabsu, and then descending on down. Final approach fix, 8 miles. Yeah, cool. Now, we've got two DMEs, sorry, two minimums here. We've got the actual QNH or the forecast QNH. Now, I wonder if that's because of the METAR frequency at this airport. Let's see if we've got an updated one. Yeah, I wonder if they stopped doing METARs or if they just do them very infrequently, because it looks like the METAR's still not updated there. Let's just try YMHB METAR. Oh, this is updated. So this is 1800 Zulu. Winds are 1205 knots, 5 knots. Visibility over 10 kilometers. Light rain. Scattered clouds at 100 feet. Okay, that could be an issue for us. That could be an issue for us. 12 degrees temperature, 12 degrees dew point. So also potentially fog. Oh dear, chat. Oh dear. So we might have to scrap the VOR because we might not be able to get in on that. Look at that. 620 feet is the minimum. And we've potentially got clouds down to 100 feet. So that might also be, yeah, that might be a big problem for us. I'll tell you what we'll do, chat, just for fun, is we'll do the VOR. We'll try the VOR approach for our first approach, just for fun. And then we shall, if that fails, if it's if we don't see the runway by the minimums, we'll do a go around, and then we'll come back around for we'll do the ILS approach, because that's going to give us the lowest minimums, 220 feet. Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea. Right, let's do that then, chat. So let's set up for it, and yeah, we'll do a full briefing once we are ready. So I'm going to pin the ILS as well as a backup. Right, let's get it set up then, chat. Okie doke, so arrivals. We're going to go for the VOR, runway 12. Transition is going to be Delta 006 Victor. And we're not actually going to use any of these stars. Right, okay. We're going to have to get rid of something. We'll probably need to get rid of TASM, won't we? Motra, let's just make this a little bit bigger. Iplets, and then, yeah, TASM we'll need to get rid of as well. So we'll take this one, and we'll stick it on TASM. And then we'll check that. Yep, that looks much better, doesn't it, chat? Right. Great. Okie dokes. So, let's make sure we've got everything in correctly then. So, we'll bring up the charts in here. Okie dokie. So, it's very important to make sure all this stuff is in correctly for a VOR approach. So we've got 5,000 or above for the DME arc, which is good. That's fine. Dabsu is 5,000 or above, which is also fine. 4,700 or above at Delta 2990, which is correct. Centrefix 4130 or above, which is also correct. And then the final approach fix 2470 altitude, that is in there as well. That's all good. And then from there we're going on 3 degrees. So we've got 1830 or above on 1190. That's fine. And then for the go around, 4,000 feet, which is in there. Great stuff. Okay, so that's all in there perfectly. Lovely. Right. We'll hide that. And what we'll do is we'll get set up. We'll get everything else set up in the FMS here. So, descent page, speed, we'll go 250 below 100. That's fine. No worries. Forecast winds, we'll get those from our... we could actually request... no, we won't do that. It always seems to bring in the wrong winds. So we'll go for the winds from the OFP. So in the descent, flight level 200 is going to be 39er 039 at 42 knots. So obviously we're at flight level 300 already, so that's no issue. And then flight level 150 will go 043 at 28 knots. Oops. Should have put in the flight level first, 150 there. And then 043 at 28. And then we'll also go flight level 100. 052 at 20 knots. We'll stick that in there as well. Now, the current QNH at Hobart is going to be 1002. Stick that in there as well. And the transition flight level is flight level 100, which is fine. It's probably better to put that actually at a bit lower, a bit higher actually. So flight level 110. Lovely. Right. Anti-ice we're not going to have on, so that's all fine. Right, great stuff. Approach ref, we'll do a flaps 30. Winds are quite light, so we'll do flaps 30. And we'll stick that in there. 144 is going to be the speed. I don't have a calculator still, but that's fine. Wind correction is fine as well. Winds are not, like I said, not too heavy at the moment. Obviously we'll check the weather again before we actually descend on down. Lots more clouds over here though for sure. Right. Okie dokie. Right. What we can do is we'll also set our airport elevation at Hobart, which is 12 feet, so we don't actually need to change that. We can just do that actually. Right. Lovely stuff. How are we doing on fuel? 5.1 tons still on board. We're approaching Sunob. We should have 5.3 tons at Sunob actually. That's interesting. So we'll have to monitor that one. What I also wanted to check as well, chat, is the fact that you guys probably noticed on departure the aircraft was very sensitive. I know, like I said earlier on in the stream chat, I actually changed the springs in my joystick, but damn, that was crazy. Maybe I set a small dead zone. But yeah, that was pretty wild actually on the departure there, because I was expecting it to be oh dear, what's going on with the chat? Let's just hide that for now. Yeah, so I tested these new springs in the Fenix, and that was absolutely fine. Oh, I've had my TCOS off this whole time as well. Great stuff. Yeah, so yeah, I tested the new springs with the Fenix, and that was absolutely fine, honestly. Right, another thing we can also do for the approach is we'll get the VOR tuned, obviously. So 1127 and 1127. Final approach course is 119er. So I'll set that there. I'll also set that here. Lovely. I'll turn this to VOR1, so we've got VOR displayed on both sides. Now obviously that's not identified yet. Cool. That is almost everything set up for the arrival. Also set our minimums as well, which I'm going to have to clear that off the screen for. Minimums 620 feet, because we do have the current QNH, so we'll set that. That is the wrong button. We can set this to 1002 though, can't we? And then the minimums are going to be Barrow, and they're going to be 620. Like so. Lovely. Okie dokes. Just going to recalculate the vertical path there, because we have made some changes to the flight plan. Just wanted to make sure it is all good. I believe that will also take your current wind and factor that into the descent profile when you do that. Chris is going to go and drink beer. No worries at all. Enjoy the beer. And yeah, I'll catch you again soon. Thanks for dropping by. Right then, let's see what messages I have missed. Let's just step down, set our step down altitude as well. Although I think the FMC has actually calculated a straight path down from here, to be honest. Oof, yes, look at that. Lovely. Right. What messages have I missed then? Let's see. The 737-600 to 900 and 747 PMDG. It's one of the best aircraft for FSX Level D. Boeing 767. I think it was a little better than PMDG. Very good, very good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the 747 and the 777 by PMDG for sure. Probably going to pass on the 900 though, I have to say. Sometime visit Tasmanian in real life, then I get retired. Yeah, I would love to go there in real life. MPS, 100%. I'm surprised we can't see the island coming up just yet. Very, very cloudy over there though. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this approach. I can't guarantee it's all going to go well, but we'll see how it goes, chat. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so let's do a briefing, actually, seeing as how we are set up for the descent. What we'll also do is we'll select Auto Brake 3. And we are about to start the descent, so we'll do our descent checklist. Landing altitude is set. Recall is checked. Auto brake is set to 3. Landing data VREF is 144 knots, and the minimum 620 feet. The approach briefing we are about to do. Okay, so let's do that then. Okay, so we are going to be flying the VOR for runway 12 into Hobart, Tasmania, Australia. This is the 13-1 chart. We won't worry too much about our frequencies here as there's no ATC online, which we can also just verify by going here. Yeah, no one online still. Alright, so looking at the approach itself, so we've got the VOR is the Hobart VOR, HB is the identifier, and the frequency 112.7, which we already have tuned. Final approach course is 119 degrees. I'm just checking this in the background as well. So we've got all that set correctly. Final approach fix is at 8 miles, 2,470 feet, which we also have set in the FMS. MDA is a conditional 620 feet, as long as we can get the QNH on field, which we can. MSA is, we've got a few different MSAs we're passing through for the approach. So we've got a 3,900 feet to the east and north of the field. Then to the northwest we have 4,200 feet as the MSA, and then 5,600 to the south, to the west. Right, so obviously DME required, and GNSS is permitted in lieu of DME, which we're going to use actually on this approach. So we are actually going to use LNAV as opposed to just using the raw data. However, we will use the raw data as well as a backup, so we're going to be kind of using both there. But we will use LNAV, which is essentially working on the GPS data. Reference waypoint, Hobart VOR. Max for initial, Cat C and Cat D, 210 knots. Now, I didn't notice that before, so we'll just make sure that's set. So let's just see. So initial approach is 210 knots for the initial. Right, now I think that's probably if you're going to fly in over Hobart like this and then out like that. I think that's what the 210 knots is for there. So if you remember, if you come in here and then fly outbound like that, that's probably what the 210 knots is for, but let's just check. Oh, it is actually set here as well, so 210 knots, that's fine. So back to the fuzz pad. Yeah, so the procedure itself, we're going to come in at Delta 006 Victor. We're going to fly a 22 DME arc, minimum altitude of 5,000 feet. We'll set up a fix ring as well so that we can see the DME arc on the ND. We're then going to take a left turn onto the final approach course at 22 miles, which is also Delta 229 Victor. Final approach course is 119 degrees. Minimum altitude again all the way through this sector here is 5,000 feet. All the way around to Dabsu. At Dabsu, we're then going to continue on the approach, same inbound course. We're going to continue on basically on a continuous descent down to the runway. The final approach fix here at 8 miles, and the descent angle is 3 degrees. Minimum 620 feet, like we said, and RVI is 4 kilometers here. Now, it does say we've got high intensity lighting and a PAPI. Now, it doesn't say where the PAPI is. Usually the PAPI is either on the left or the right, but it just says in sort of in the middle, so I'm not actually sure on that one. And then the missed approach, should we need it, which we might do, is radial 119 Hobart VOR, climb to 4,000 or as directed, so it's basically straight ahead. So if we have to do that, what we'll probably do is we'll we'll climb straight ahead, and then we'll turn left, and then we'll hold at Hobart whilst we set up for another approach. I think that would probably be wise. Or we could go to Dabsu holding, but we'll probably go to Hobart holding, I think. Hobart holding is here. So I'll hold there at 4,000 should we need to. And then the taxi is going to be quite straightforward. Very, very small airport here at Hobart. We're going to come in runway 12. We'll probably leave at Charlie or probably Delta. We've got 1,000 to go here. Bear with me just 1 second. Let's keep the descent coming. Keep it coming down to 10,000. I was a bit late at moving the altitude knob there. I've gone into FMC speed, but it is continuing down. No worries. The engine spooled up for a second there. Probably didn't really want to do that. We're going into the clouds as well. Lots of clouds below us. Lots of big clouds as well. Oh dear. Anyways, let's look again at the taxi. So yeah, we'll probably leave it probably a Delta. Let's face it, I'm probably going to float with this sensitivity, and then we'll taxi on down to the main apron here via Alpha, and probably come in at Golf. So I'll go Delta, Alpha, Golf, and then park at a stand here. So fairly straightforward for the taxi in. So it should be interesting. Few more technical details about the approach that I didn't actually cover just then is, if I can bring back up the fuzz pad here actually. So for the actual VOR approach, we're going to fly this all on VNAV and LNAV. So we're going to leave VNAV and LNAV in the whole way. We may have to use the speed intervent window to reduce the speed once we've got at least flaps 1 out. And then the FMS is going to go into an approach logic, so it will still fly the VNAV path even if we've got a selected speed there. So what we'll do is, like I say, VNAV and LNAV all the way. We might have to go to a selected speed somewhere around Dabsu, which is 16 miles out. We'll extend flaps 1 there. Although VNAV should actually slow us down as well. So we'll see how that goes. Now, obviously when you're in an Airbus, when you fly a non-precision approach like this, you generally get fully configured, but we're actually just going to get configured down on the slope here because we're flying it VNAV LNAV, so hopefully shouldn't be too big of a deal to get configured on the way down. I might be eating my words shortly, but we'll see how it goes, chat. But yeah, like I say, we'll go LNAV, VNAV, and then all the way down to the final approach points, still on LNAV, VNAV. And then after we pass under the final approach fix here, we'll actually set the missed approach altitude of 4,000 feet, and then we'll continue down, and we'll disconnect some time before the minimums, which is like I said, 620 feet, and take it from there. Hopefully we can see the runway at that altitude. Let's see if the METAR is any different. Yeah, so we've got, yeah, broken clouds at 500, scattered clouds at 100 feet still. I mean, this is the same METAR that we were looking at earlier. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Dew point and temperature are the same as well. So, yeah, potential for some pretty low visibility down there. So we'll see how it goes. If I have to do a go-around, yeah, I don't do many go-arounds in the Boeing, so that could also be very, very interesting. I do know that the flaps setting, if you do a go-around, is straight up to flaps 15 here. That's why it's got this little notch here. So it's toga, flaps 15, and then rotates up, follow the flight directors. Yeah, we'll work it out, chat, as we go. It should be fun. Look at these clouds, though, looking pretty menacing, I can't lie. Right, we're on our way down then. We're on our way down. Not too far to go at all. Only about 15 minutes to Delta 229 Victor, which is where we join the final approach course. Right. Here we go then, chat. Into the Merc. Oh, we've lost it. We've lost the plane. There it is. Are we above or below it there? We're above it. There we go. Good times. Good times. I've been down to TAS from Sydney on a Carnival cruise. Very good. Yeah, I bet you did, dude. Very good. That sounds amazing. I also listen to political debate between the parties, and we have elections on Sunday, but it's not healthy to listen to them. You get high blood pressure. Yeah. Yeah, I would probably say the same for most politics, especially. Yeah. But we don't do politics too much in this chat, so we're going to just leave it there, I think. Right, okay then, chat. So we did want to set up a fixed ring for the Hobart VOR. We're going to set that up as 22 miles. There we go, lovely stuff. What we'll also do as well is we'll go to our legs page. We'll take the runway fix. We'll come here and stick that in. And we'll stick a 10-mile ring as well. Oops, I keep doing the format wrong here. We'll do a 10-mile ring and a 4-mile ring. And that's just going to remind me when to set the missed approach altitude. Alright, here we go, chat. I'm nervous. I'm not going to lie, I am nervous. We'll keep the altitude coming down to 5,000 feet. We've cleared ourselves down to an altitude now, so we'll set the local altimeter 1002 and we'll do the approach checklist. Altimeters 1002 is set. Shall we see if we can get an ATIS though from in the sim, because that is probably going to be quite useful to us. Can hear that rain. Who needs explain? Oh, we've got an ATIS for Hobart. Lovely. Oh dear, that's not right, is it? Can we do this? QNH 2961. Doing a quick conversion chat because Microsoft Flight Sim, for some reason the ATIS is always stuck in inches of mercury. Two 2961 is 1002. Well, it's more like one. It's in between 1002 and 1003. So we'll go 1002. Right, we're coming down on speed. 280 knots commanded, although it should be commanding 250. Once we get below 10,000. Let's get the lights on. Engine start switches to continuous. Probably don't need to do that just yet really, but we've got a bit of cloud here, so stay on the ball. Flight path vector, you know, I've never used that in this aircraft. I don't know if it ever is used. I've never really seen anyone use it. Right, chat. Are we ready for the VOR approach? Greg, is that Gregor's Tatar? Thank you very much for the sub. Much appreciated. Welcome, welcome. All right, so the FMS is saying drag required. It's also keeping us at 200 and... Oh, there we go. It's slowing us down now. That's fine. We'll get the speed brakes out. Alright, we're below profile now, so that's fine. Speed brakes will leave in the armed position. FMC speeds, we're slowing down now, 220 knots. Coming down even lower, that's fine, no issues. What is going on with this button, with this message? I think that was an LOD thing, I think. Right, chat, here we go. On to the DME arc. We're a little bit below profile, but that's absolutely fine with me. 5,000 feet is the minimum for this sector, so no issues at all there. I'm just going to turn the volume down as well. We'll get Sky Dolly open for a replay. I'll try remember. Poser says, wow, the sim looks fantastic. I just wish they fixed the flight model. Well, the flight model is actually quite good, I feel. in the payware aircraft. But I'm not a pilot, so I can't really say with too much accuracy. Right, so we're on the DME arc, we're following that quite well. Lovely stuff. We're proper in IMC here, aren't we, chats? I did just see the ground speed just had a square around it for a second now. I'm not sure why that is, chat. I don't know if anyone knows that. I've never seen that before. Is that because we've got no wind? I mean, we must have some wind. Our ground speed is a little bit higher than our indicated. Oof. Oof. Oh, the ground. It's the ground. We can see it. All right, chats. Here we go. Here we go. Maybe I'll try again. Last time I was just frustrated with how twitchy it was. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the aircraft, I think, to be honest. Fenix is tuned really, really nicely, in my opinion. I suppose it depends on your hardware as well. And how you have that set up. Look at all the rain. God damn. Pretty nice is that picture though, isn't it, really? Oh. Oh, yes. Cheeky rainbow. Cheeky rainbow foot Lancer. Beautiful. Look at all that rain over there. That is wild. Hope that doesn't come our way. Let's keep on bringing the heading bug round. Right, so let's check. We've got the Hobart VOR identified. We are 0.2 miles within the, slightly under the DME arc at the moment, but I think that's okay. We're going to have a slight crosswind for landing, but not a big deal. Right, I'm gonna have to really concentrate up here, chat, because this is gonna be a bit of a difficult one to fly. This, I think. Wow, yes. Not sure what's going on with this like square pattern with the trees, but nevertheless, that is looking pretty nice, isn't it? We're unfortunately going over there, which is where all the clouds are. That is looking cool, though, isn't it? Oh, yes. With the rainbows. Oh, lovely. Right. I'm relying on VNav to slow me down here. It's the first time I've ever done that in this aircraft, but let's see how it goes. Right. Okie dokes, chats. So, Andre, welcome to the chat from Russia. Hope you're doing well. Welcome indeed. I'm not going to lie though, chat, after this talk about the flight model and how sensitive this aircraft was on the departure, I am a little bit nervous to see how it responds when I disconnect the autopilot here. Right, okay, we're coming on to our final approach course, so let's set 119er here. We'll keep the altitude coming down. And we'll set this to the minimums now, which is going to be we'll round it up to 700 feet. Right, come on VNav. Is it going to slow me down, or am I going to need to intervene? $19 miles to go, yeah, so it's still a little bit far out to bring out flaps, I think. We are on the final approach course. We cannot see the runway currently. Let's start the replay recording. I remembered. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Right. Right, let's landing checklist. We've got continuous. Speed brake is armed. And then the last two we'll do when we're on the when we're on final here. Short final even. Interestingly enough, our vertical path isn't really joining up with the final approach course there. Oh, it is now. Okay. Lovely. Okay, that's fine. We just needed to pass through that one fix there. Okay, dokes. 50 miles. 210 knots. Not too bad. Not too bad. Tell you what I'm going to do, chat, is because I really don't trust the VNav, I'm actually going to go for flaps 1. And oh, there we go. It's knocked my speed down now. Okay, fine. We'll do it like this then. We'll see. We'll do it like this. Drag required. Speed brake out. We're getting below profile here. Very nice. Very nice. Don't get distracted by the views. Don't get distracted by the views. So I can go for flaps 2 now. Speed brake back to armed. And we'll go to flaps 5 as well because I want the drag. Why does the speed brake keep extending when I'm moving my flaps lever? Radio altimeter is alive. Runway is still not in sight. 9 miles to go. 196 knots. Not too bad. Not the greatest though. Let's drop the gear. Alright, there we go. That's helping us slow down a bit. Oh, there we go. Runway in sight. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I like it. Okay, and flaps to... we'll go straight to flaps 15. Not sure why the speed brakes keep going out there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. 1,000 to go. Past the final approach fix now. We should be able to set our go around altitude of 4,000 feet. There we go. That is set. Let's go to flaps 25. Speed brakes again. Right, what was our VREF again? 148 knots. Set that in the with the bug, and we'll go to flaps 30.
1,000.
Okay, landing checklist. Landing gear is down. Flaps are 30. Green lights. Landing checklist complete. Let's do this thing. Oh, it is feeling a bit sensitive. Let's recycle the flight directors.
Approaching minimums.
I can't turn them back on for some reason.
Minimums.
Continue. It's feeling quite twitchy, I won't lie.
500.
Auto thrust is disengaged as well.
400.
It is feeling so twitchy right now. Getting a bit below VREF there.
200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, speed brakes, reverse. And there we go. Lovely stuff. Not bad, chat. Even though it was extremely twitchy there, I still managed to put that down quite well, I think. And auto brakes can go disarmed. Lovely. Not bad, actually. Slightly off centre line to the right. But not the worst in the world, I don't think, considering how twitchy that was. Yeah, that was so twitchy. Pretty sure there's a taxiway here on the right at the end. We missed our exit, but not a big deal, not busy. Alright, lovely. I'm pretty happy with that. Landing rate predictions in the chat, please. Yeah, the twitching is what... Yeah, to be honest, I mean, since I replaced the springs on my my joystick, I changed the springs just a couple of days ago, actually. And to be honest, it was absolutely fine in the 737-800. In terms of, it didn't really feel twitchy at all with the other springs, but with these springs it feels very twitchy. I think I might just need to knock down my sensitivity a little bit, I think. There is no exit down here. Right, let's get those flaps up and the speed brakes disarmed then. Where am I going? How many hours do I have in my Microsoft Flight Simulator? I'm not sure, to be honest. 100, sorry, about 500 or something, maybe. I'm not sure. Right. Alright, let's get the landing lights off anyway, because we're not doing a takeoff. We'll leave the strobe lights and the runway turn-off lights on. We'll start the APU because it's only a short taxi. Engine start switches can go off. Not really sure what the exact after landing flows are in the Boeing, but we'll put Alt off as well. Oh, it's not bad. I mean, no, I'm quite happy with that landing, to be honest. Right. Where's the turn off? Please. Please. Am I tripping? Oh, baby. We went very far down there, didn't we? I think it was a little bit of a long landing, I think, but we'll see. We'll have a look at the landing report on SimToolkitPro. Guys, if you want to guess the landing rates in the chat, please do. Stick it in. Alright, here's Delta. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This is the NZA simulations scenery for Hobart. Oh my god, what's just happened? What has just happened, chat? I can't do anything. Right, Navigraph, please. Right, there we go. I have no idea what just happened there. We'll get the strobe lights off anyway. Way too long and rough, says SoCal. We shall see, we shall see. Press Control E, it helps. Control E doesn't actually do anything. I'm not using the default keybind, so also Control E starts the engines and the engines are already started, dude. Oopsies. Right, okie dokies. Right, what were we doing with the lights? Taxi lights are all good. APU is on. Let's go to the terminal. Is GSX going to work for us? It is. What gate do we want, chat? Let's have a look. We want gate number 5. We don't need to follow me. Very hazy here in Hobart. Got a Qantas, is that 707 or something there? Looks like there's another Qantas in the hangar over there as well. Qantas Link. Welcome to Hobart. Great scenery this by NZA Simulations. Big fan, big fan. I think our stand is second from the left here. So not this one, this is stand 9, we're at stand 8. Yeah, we've got a marshaller even. Love to see it. Alright, taxi light off. Bit fast there on the turn. Slow right down. There we go. Runway turn-offs. Alright, we're looking good, apparently. I feel like we're off centre line here, but apparently we're okay. Oh, there we go. A bit to the left. Can't lie, that guy looks a little bit demonic. Are we good? Parking brake set. Oh, why is he moving in slow motion? Alright, let's get the APU on the bus. We'll get the APU bleed on as well, and we'll shut down both the engines. Anti-collision light come off now. Oh, what is he telling us? Have we taxied wrongly? Oh, we've gone off the edge. Dude, come on now. That was not good, was it? Come on, dude. You screwed us there. Anyway. Let's start with the deboarding, chats.
The boarding requested.
Right. Okie dokes. Alright. Hopefully the people don't float through the air this time. The NZA simulations do have an official profile for this this scenery as well, which is quite nice. Alright, chat. Let's have a look at the landing report then and see what we got. But first, let's do we'll do the parking checklist. We will connect a GPU as well. We'll set the chocks. Right, we'll get ground power on. Oh, does it not come straight away, does it?
The boarding starting.
No, it doesn't. Okay, dokes, that's fine. Passengers are deboarding at the back there only. GPU is connected. Ground power on. Get the APU bleed off and the APU off, as well as the fuel pumps. Get the electric hydraulics off as well, and the probe heat off. Right, parking checklist. Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps are off. Probe heat is off. Hydraulic panel is set. Flaps are up. Parking brake is set. Engine start levers in cut off. Weather radar is off. Parking checklist complete. Right. Lovely. Right then, chat. Off you go. Right. Let's have a look. SimToolkitPro. What airport? It's Hobart Airport per Johnson. And if you're going to be a bit of a troll there, you know, I'm giving you a warning. I don't really want trolls in my chat, but if you're going to continue to troll, you may get timed out. Right. Okay, so let's have a look at the fuzz pad then. We'll have a look at our landing report. Right, so we got minus 169 feet per minute, so not too shabby. 0.96 G and speed 134 knots. So, yeah, not too bad. VREF was, though, what was it, 153, I think, if I remember correctly. 140, sorry, VREF was 143. So we were 10 knots under VREF there at touchdown. View the full landing report. And there we go. So we were, yeah, we weren't actually long at all, really. We were actually quite good. Maybe a touch long, but we were still well within the touchdown zone there. And pretty much on the centre line as well. Like I said, just a little bit to the right. But nevertheless, pretty good, really. I'm going to take that, to be quite honest. I think that's pretty tidy, I will say. Lovely, I'm quite happy with that. Congratulations to Who actually made a serious guess in the chat? I don't think anyone did they? Well, I think Per Johnson wins, doesn't he? He's the only person who actually put an estimation in there. So well done, dude. Well done indeed. Quite nice though for a VOR approach, I will say. Not too bad at all. Bear with me. Right, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, now we're looking outside then. Lovely and misty here in Hobart. I do like the Virgin Australia livery on the 737. "57 feet per minute a few hours ago." Very good, DK. What was that in the 737? It is quite nice to land, isn't it? I do have to say. Now then, chat. I don't think I'm too bothered to watch all of the GSX deboarding right now, to be quite honest. I think we're going to go straight to the replay. So let's just exit GSX, and we are going to go to our menu, and we're going to load the approach panel state. And we're going to watch the replay. Nope, the A32NX, very good. Very nice, dude, very nice. I can't lie, I do miss the A32NX. I felt like it was a lot easier to land than the Fenix. The Fenix kicks my ass, as you guys know. Right, let's go for it then, chats.
80 knots.
Hopefully the wings sort themselves out. That's looking a little bit messed up right there. Looks like a 787. Oh baby, the scenery. Hang on. Let's just let the scenery load in. Right, there we go. Yeah, I like that flare. That was quite nice actually. Nothing too crazy. Big fan. See, a few little overcorrections here and there because of the sensitivity there. Yeah, no floating really. Big fan. Big fan. Let's see how high I was above the threshold. 50 feet above the threshold. So absolutely spot on. Like I said, a little bit to the right of centre line there, but not too shabby, really. Right.
Too low.
Not sure why the speed brake's out here. I'm pretty happy with that, chat. Can't lie. I cannot lie. There was one other view that I wanted to check out as well. It's gone from my memory though. I know. There we go, because we can see where I disconnected, and you can see whether the actual movements I made was just actually too twitchy or not. Yeah, you can see it's moving quite a lot, but not too crazy, I don't think. I definitely do need to drop the sensitivity down though. I'm so surprised that just changing the spring has actually made that much of a difference, honestly. Nice. Big fan. Big fan indeed. Right then, chat. I think I'm going to leave you with this one. Let's go out a bit. I'm going to leave you with this one, chat, and I am going to head off now, guys. So I hope you have enjoyed the stream today. Let's have a look. Under the Cessna, so I kind of disagree about the landing, but in sim... I'm not sure what you're saying, Per Johnson there, I'm afraid. Right then, chat, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream today. Leave a thumbs up on your way out if you did. I would appreciate that. Otherwise, hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Whatever you're doing, hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully we should have a slightly... we might have another stream before Friday next week, all being well, but nevertheless, I'll keep you guys updated. Enjoy the replay landing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye for now.